Welcome once again, my friends, and thank you for stopping by to listen to an old storyteller. Today we have a Maltese tale, and the title of this story is Sansuna the Giantess. Long ago, on the sun-kissed island of Gozo, where rolling fields met the azure shimmer of the Mediterranean, there lived a giantess named Sansuna. She was unlike anyone the islanders had ever seen. Towering above the tallest man, her broad shoulders strong enough to move mountains, her hands capable of lifting the heaviest stones. Yet, despite her enormous size, her heart was gentle, and she often wandered the fields, marveling at the wildflowers and the distant cliffs along the shore. One bright morning, Sansuna found herself drawn to a sacred task, the moving of a giant menhir, a massive stone that had long laid in the heart of the island, marking a place of old power and forgotten stories. The menhir was so enormous that it seemed impossible for any ordinary being to shift it. But Sansuna, fueled by her unmatched strength and determination, set her mind to the task. Before she could lift the stone, however, she needed sustenance. The local villagers, who admired her from afar yet dared not approach, often whispered about her unusual diet. Broad beans, or full as the Maltese called them, they were her secret source of power. Each bean, small and humble, held a burst of energy that seemed magical when consumed by her giant frame. Sansuna gathered the beans from the fields, arranging them carefully in a wooden bowl almost too small for her hands, and began eating with quiet focus, her eyes fixed on the menhir. As she consumed the beans, her muscles swelled, her fingers flexed, and her determination became unstoppable. Finally, she approached the colossal stone. With a deep, resonant grunt, she lifted it from the ground. The earth trembled beneath her, and birds scattered from nearby olive trees as she carried the menhir with ease, its massive shadow stretching across the rolling hills. The sun sparkled off her dark hair, the sweat on her brow glinting like morning dew, and her breath came in slow, steady gusts. The villagers, peeking from behind their shutters and garden walls, watched in awe. They whispered tales of her strength for generations to come, though few dared to approach her directly. Sansuna's task was not done merely for display. The menhir had to be placed atop a high plateau where it would serve as a marker for travelers and a symbol of protection over the island. Step by step, Sansuna moved the stone, feeling the wind rush past her as if cheering her on, until she reached the plateau and carefully set the menhir into place. Her work completed, she paused to admire her accomplishment. The stone gleamed in the midday sun, a testament to her perseverance and resolve. Yet Sansuna's story was not solely one of brute strength. The giantess also faced challenges that required cleverness and careful planning. She knew the villagers, despite their admiration, would never willingly assist her. So she devised subtle ways to protect the land, guiding wandering sheep back to their pens and helping farmers plow their fields during times of drought, all without drawing attention to herself. In the evenings, when the sky blushed with hues of coral and violet, Sansuna would walk along the cliffs, her giant silhouette framed against the setting sun. She reflected on the balance between strength and responsibility. Though she could lift mountains, she understood the importance of using her power wisely, helping without demanding recognition. Through her feats, Sansuna became more than a legend of strength. She became a symbol of harmony between humans and nature, of courage guided by wisdom. The tale of the giantess who carried the menhir and lived among the villagers' shadows endured through generations. Children would point to the distant plateau, imagining the colossal stone and the gentle giantess who had placed it there, while storytellers would recount her exploits around hearths and festivals, ensuring that the memory of Sansuna never faded.
Thank you once again for listening to this story. If you enjoyed this story, please press that like button. Also, please help an old storyteller out by subscribing to my channel. The next story will be posted in a few days, so until then, may your story continue to be a good one.